Hi, everyone. Today, it's my great pleasure to have with us Andromache Karanika. Andromache is professor in the Department of Classics in the School of Humanities and chair of the department. And she's a specialist in Greek literature. And so, Andromache, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Annalisa. This is so much fun.
Yeah.
Let's do the cooking show.
Yes, exactly. So today, Andromache is going to do two things with us. One is a boneless lamb with potatoes, and the other is the by now world-known and renowned tzatziki sauce, but the original one, the Greek one, okay? So, Andromache, take it your way.
Thank you, Annalisa. So it's Easter. It's a Greek Orthodox Easter for us. And normally we do an entire lamb on the spit. I mean, it's as close as you can get to an ancient sacrifice, I guess. It's a communal meal, and communal meals have to be pretty easy. So the recipe that I'll show today essentially can be done with any kind of meat. You can do the same with chicken or beef or pork or anything. And it's really, really easy. So because of the coronavirus, we will not do the entire lamb on the spit. So we'll just have to compromise with just roasted lamb in the oven. So we'll do our best, and I'll show how easy it is to do it. So you take the lamb. I mean, this one has a net around it, which is perfectly fine. We just leave it as it is. And you just make a few holes in a few places. In fact, this is almost, I mean, the way they have put it together. And then you just add a little bit of salt and pepper in these sort of holes. So it gets a little bit, because it's a kind of a thick piece of meat, so you want it to go a little bit further down. So it's going to be nicely salted and peppered. And then you take these whole garlic cloves and you put them right inside those holes as I have them. It's super easy. And then you just put around the potatoes. I have them peeled and ready to go around here. I can put as many as I want, so I'll just leave it like that for now. So essentially, this way we have a full meal with both the meat and the potatoes. Now the fun part comes with what we put all around. So Mediterranean diet is famous for olive oil. So this olive oil arrived from Astoria, New York, and before that it came from Kalamata, Greece. You see the color?
Wow, wow. I can almost smell it.
So you can actually, I mean, you know, all Greek recipes are kind of funny. If you look at recipes of the early 20th century, for example, the measurements are like, oh, you go with a handful. So you put things on your hand and just, you know, put it all around. So the recipe that that I have given you has actual measurements, but what I like to do is simply the old-fashioned way, just pour some olive oil.
Yes.
So the secret behind that is the Greeks are not very good with precision.
Yeah.
And you can go wrong. If you put a little bit more or a little bit less, you really can go wrong. So you don't have to worry. I mean, you have to just be liberated.
Yeah.
So you just put a little bit like that. It's actually fun. And then you put the liquids first and then the salt and pepper so that it kind of stays. And then you put some lemon juice.
Aha. So there's lemon juice. That's nice.
Now, if you want to jazz it up, like one of the Greek chefs kind of says all the time, we have to make our recipes kind of sexier. So you don't have to. I mean, this is the basic lemon juice and olive oil. You just put a little bit of mustard and you put that all around, you kind of rub it all around, and both around the meat and around the potatoes. And that's all. Now you see I have messy hands, but I guess the other secret to great cooking is to make everything messy. No precision, messiness. If these things can work, life is much better.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
I agree.
Now, very quickly, I'll just do this and salt and pepper.
Yes.
Again, liberally. We've already put inside some, like that. And take a little bit of, pepper as well. You can make it, if it needs more pepper, you can add it. If it needs more salt, you can add it. So you can't go wrong either way. And of course, the best part is oregano. Now that comes from Mount Pelion from central Greece, the mountain with a lot of, where there are a lot of legends with the centers. And the centers were known to be healers. They knew their herbs, and it's a fantastic area, which has beautiful sort of herbs plants all around. So it smells beautifully, and you just put, again, a little bit liberally on that.
Sometimes I miss those aromas and flavors that we get in Mediterranean areas, and the smell of oregano is fantastic. Yeah, but we are lucky in California too.
We are. So I'm going to just add a little twig of rosemary from my garden.
Yes.
So look a little bit, it will look beautiful this way.
Wow, looks fantastic.
Ready to go to the oven. Some people like to put a little bit of wine and a little bit of water. The best thing is to just cover it, put it in the oven, and let it roast for 2.5 hours on sort of a low temperature. And then you'll have a delicious meal. And that's about it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And what kind of temperature do you have for the oven? Like 350?
Usually 325 Fahrenheit. Or you kind of begin it with 350, so it kind of makes a little bit of a crust, and then 325 if you want to be a little bit more sophisticated. Really, again, it doesn't matter. You just put it in the oven, it will come out simply delicious and great.
Thank you. That's great. So, are we going to do tzatziki now?
Yes. How do you have like a perfect kind of Easter meal?
Yeah.
You really need the lamb. You have to have the red eggs. You dye them. Actually, rituals are very prescriptive in many ways. So they have to be dyed on Holy Thursday or the Thursday of the Holy Week. And desserts is another story, but you need a little bit of salad and then tzatziki. And that makes a beautiful sort of Easter feast.
How did you dye the eggs?
Oh, well, I took just food coloring. I didn't do it the old-fashioned way with the, here's my yogurt, with the, you can do it with onions, with the onion skin, and you just put them, and then it kind of absorbs the color. That's the old-fashioned way, but I didn't have the time, so I just put coloring and, easy. You just boil them, and then you let them there for 3 minutes, and that's it, done.
That's fantastic. So now, let's move on to tzatziki.
Okay. Now that's a favorite, and it's something that I really like making. Okay, I'm not paid by the company, but I do use the Greek yogurt of the packet. And actually, it's best if you simply go with the whole milk. I tried to make a compromise, and I did 2%. You can even do it with 0%, but I think a little bit of fat won't be a problem here. So you just take a bowl. We like to go for the easy recipes. And actually crowd pleasers as well. Especially for a big holiday like Easter. When we have, our regular days when we celebrate Easter, we make like 6 times this dosage in a huge bowl. So you need cucumber, about 3 or 4 small Persian cucumbers. So you just peel them, grate them. I have them ready. But the very important secret is you have to drain them, which is why I have them like that. I mean, there's a lot of liquid, and I mean, I've drained it quite a bit already, and it's still kind of liquid on my plate. So I have it on, I have it like that here. And again, I'm gonna, ideally, one should have cheesecloth or something. I mean, I didn't have one, so I just kind of squeeze it again and again, so that all the liquid goes away.
That's great. I didn't know that secret.
No, that's very important, because otherwise it's not Greek.
Right.
Kind of, you can make it either more liquidy, more watery, Persian style.
Exactly. I learned tzatziki from Turkish friends when I was a student, when I was doing my PhD, and they didn't tell me to squeeze the cucumber. So that's good to know.
I think, I mean, when I was in Turkey, we had some tzatziki, but it was more watery. So it's also a matter of taste.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say the authentic Greek tzatziki, it has to be kind of thick. You want as much of the thickness of the yogurt.
Right.
So I've squeezed it again and again and again. Kind of, you have to use your hands quite a bit. So you just put everything here. The cucumber.
Yeah.
Then the next thing is garlic. That's also a matter of taste.
Yeah. How much do you put?
I like my tzatziki garlicky. My students won't be too near me.
But anyway, we are social distancing apart from our household.
The more garlic, the better. It's certainly very healthy. Yeah, there's some kind of, I think there is a fascination in Greek culture with garlic. I mean, garlic kind of, takes away the evil eye. People wear garlic, they eat garlic.
Oh, really?
There's all kinds of superstitions around the garlic, so you can't go wrong with having a little bit more. So I just crushed a little bit here. I mean, 2 sort of cloves, and I'll do a little bit more. I mean, I do at least 4 or 5 garlic cloves, because I like it kind of more garlicky. Just like that, easy. Okay, I think I have enough garlic for everybody's taste. And then, again, the old-fashioned way. And it really, the best way to tell when you're making it, when you're making the perfect tzatziki, essentially you'll have to taste it. So you put a little bit of olive oil, just, like that. Then some people like it with lemon juice. I like it with vinegar.
Interesting.
It kind of makes the color a little bit different, but vinegar gives it a little bit of spice. And so you put quite a bit of vinegar. The other thing is some dill.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get another knife here, because I used this one for the meat. So a little bit of dill if you have. You can do it without it. Again, the other good thing with good Greek cooking is that you can't go wrong if you missing ingredients, as long as they're not very important ingredients. So the important ingredients here is yogurt, cucumber, garlic, olive oil, and vinegar. Everything else is gonna just make it just a little better. And then a little bit of oregano, just a little bit. And that's it. So you just mix it together.
Wow. It's very rich.
It's rich and easy.
Yes.
Super easy.
And do you eat, do you place it on a side with the lamb and the rest and the potatoes? Or do you?
I think it goes very well with the lamb. I really like it. But you can also serve it as an appetizer. It's a great appetizer with pita chips or with a little bit of bread on the side. And that also goes very well. I actually like to do both. I serve it both as an appetizer as well as right with with the lamb, and it really makes a beautiful sort of combination.
Wonderful.
And this is it basically, ready to go.
Ready to go. It's a fantastic recipe, and I wish I could come to you and taste it, because I'm imagining the flavors and I'm already salivating. Really,
we really should be together, and we should taste, like, do you want more garlic? Do you want more olive oil? Do you want more vinegar? And you can just you kind of adjust it to taste, and it's just great anyway. So if you have that and maybe some tomatoes on the side, for salad, and tomatoes with feta cheese. Of course, you have to have feta cheese. I mean, that is just an ideal sort of Easter feast, but not only for Easter. I mean, this is the kind of dish that, I mean, if you remember the big fat Greek wedding, anything, whenever you have any kind of anything going on, like a wedding, an engagement, a holiday, a name day, a birthday, I mean, the dish to go for any Greek home is lamb with potatoes.
That's
so you can
fantastic.
Take chicken, and it's exactly the same.
Yeah, yeah.
Exact same recipe.
So a variant of the lamb could be made with chicken. Good to know.
Nothing else changes. The exact same things. As long as you have olive oil, lemon juice, and oregano, and a little bit of garlic, that's it.
That's fantastic, Andromache. Thank you so much for being with us. And so everyone there, goodbye and enjoy.
Thanks. Bye.